Welcome everybody to Anime GT, and today I will be diving into the latest romance manga there is to read right now, including a few personal favorites of mine. Right now, if you enjoyed this content thus far on this channel, please leave a like for me, or if you happen to be new to Anime GT or just haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell for more notifications. Just to let you guys know, this top 5 list is in no particular order, so no need to be mad if one manga doesn't make it high on the list. Now that that's out of the way, let's get started. The manga that made it to the number 1 spot is Pseudo Harem. Have you ever wished that there was a harem manga where you didn't have to only pick one harem candidate for our main protagonist to end up with, yet having the wholesome page for page chemistry? What if there was a harem relationship where you could have all of that? Then Pseudo Harem is the manga for you. I can guarantee you that this will not disappoint. I could even go as far to say this manga will surely melt your heart. The best part about this is it's not a harem manga, but the way it's written almost makes you forget the fact. As far as the premise of the story, it's pretty simplistic when it boils down to it. First year Rin, part of an acting club, finds her club member slash love interest Iji spouting about his lack of popularity with the girls. Rin, being in love with her unpopular senpai, acts out the conventional reoccurring harem stereotypes we've seen many times before within the genre. The cheeky devil, by far one of my favorite personalities of hers as she does. The cool beauty, the tsundere, and the spoiled princess. You get the gist of it basically. My man Iji goes along with the game enthusiastically, and this sweet lighthearted flirting between him and Rin's multiple personas ensues. What we have at the number 2 spot is Otome Kaijuu Caramelize, one of the more unique mangas that made it to this list. And if I had to be honest guys, my initial thoughts of this manga were to be somewhat skeptical of it. But after giving it a little bit more of a read, I instantly fell in love with it. When initially reading the synopsis, like anyone else, I would think that the idea of a shoujo where the female protagonist transformed basically into a Godzilla might be a little out there. But the fact that she transforms when she gets really embarrassed and when she doesn't accept her feelings gives a good metaphorical insight into this romance story, turning love from an internal conflict into an external one. I like the conversations between the characters, not to mention the art style is really nice in my opinion. And once in a while it can be pretty cliche, but the secondary characters make up for it in that aspect. From reading the first chapters, you would already begin to see a gradual character improvement for our main heroine within the story, who had originally closed herself from others to try and avoid her monster transformations. Although she gradually begins to move past this conundrum, knowing very well that she is placing the city in peril all the while. A personal favorite of mine that I hope you guys like is Sono Bisque doll. Upon reading this manga, I instantly fell in love with it, not only for its lovable characters, but rather for its unique premise. If any of you guys are into cosplay or a fan of it anyway, then this manga is surely to satisfy you. Personally for me, it's kind of rare to find a manga that goes such in depth about something like cosplay or dolls as such as Sono Bisque does. I don't have anything much to add to the art, it's as good as you would expect. Our male protagonist, Gojo, likes dolls. He spends his days at home working on traditional Japanese style figurines, not bothering to make friends because he believes that his strange hobby would make a hindrance to others. He then later gets roped in the cosplay world when his Gyaru classmate Kitagawa learns of his sewing capabilities and asks him to help her with her cosplay outfits. With a great premise this manga conveys so well, probably the best piece of this manga is how the comedy connects to the ecchi aspects of it. A significant number of these scenes depend on the typical responses to ecchi scenes and mistaken assumptions, which the mangaka makes it seem rather crisp and imaginative. In addition, some of them are not only put there just for comedic purposes. Sometimes it even drives the plot of the story. At the number 4 spot, we have the story of an Oni-San who wants to keep a high school boy. The title of the story basically tells it all. However, this is anything far from an awful thing, since to me it's not about the story, rather it's about the state of the mind that the characters set through their wholesome interactions. Most of the time after reading this, after every chapter, it leaves me feeling so warm-hearted, and it also makes me wonder how lucky this MC can be to have such a beautiful Oni-San. Like for real, look at her. Look at this. Tell me you wouldn't want to have this. Also, it's an ideal read for when you want to just sit down and have a nice relaxing time. Or in the event you happen to have an Oni-San type character thing, then this is also good for that too. I'm looking forward to reading more of it as it is released, and I hope you guys will give it a chance too. For the last pick of this list, don't toy with me, Nagatoro. From the title alone, you can perceive what you're getting into. The plot of this manga follows our heroine, Nagatoro, who loves harassing her poor older senpai, and appreciates getting him flustered as possible under playful shenanigans. While our senpai endures it since he has a crush on her, and in light of the fact that he's really too powerless to even think about fending her off. It is uncommon for me that I feel that I love a character so much like this heroine we have here in this manga. Nagatoro is an unadulterated sadist. Think of her as Akano Himejima from High School DxD. She may as well be all sweet and innocent on the inside, but on the outside, now that's an entirely different story. Nagatoro drives the MC to the point he cries sometimes from all her teasing. Although when she does this, she doesn't tend to apologize for her actions. However, even though her conciliatory sentiments, she still proceeds with her teasing within consideration of the MC. Nagatoro serves a purpose besides being the MC's love interest. He is also there to annoy and tease him. As for the senpai character, his expressions are wonderful, but he's not simply a character to be pushed around. He has goals and things he would like to accomplish. It's because he has such deep passions inside his art, which leads Nagatoro to take interest in him. If any of you guys are into sadistic girls, guys that get flustered very easily, or a good romance overall, then this definitely will be a romance manga for you to read. It was a huge pleasure of mine to be able to bring you guys content like this. Thank you. I for sure will be making more videos in the future. Please subscribe, leave a like, and hit the bell icon for more videos. See you guys next time.